Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today we're going to be making fresh pear cake. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click the button down below. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. The first thing we need to do is we need to turn on our oven to 350 degrees. We are going to be using an 8 by 8 inch baking dish, and we need to go ahead and use some kind of cooking spray to go ahead and spray our dish. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn around the camera to show you up close how to make this delicious fresh pear cake. First thing we need to do, we're going to go ahead and peel these pears. I'm actually using Barlett pears. I like that pear better tasting, and it seems to hold up well during baking. So we're going to go ahead and peel the pears, and then we are going to go ahead and chop them. We need about 2 cups of pear for this pear cake. Also, these pears need to be ripe. Now, these are yellow, which means they are ripe. Usually when they're green, the Barlett pears are not ripe. So yes, for this recipe, we need ripe pears. Make sure after you peel your pears and you cut off to chop them that you're not getting the core. And if you have a bad spot, again, try to cut around the bad spot. Of course, I'm not going to cut on that because we don't want that in our cake. Now that we have our 2 cups of our fresh pear cut up, we need to go ahead and put that in a bowl. And now we're going to add to it 3/4 cup of granulated cane sugar, which I have right here. And we're going to go ahead and mix that together with a spoon. Now that we got our sugar mixed into our pears, we need to go ahead and add in 2 eggs, which I have right here. And we're going to go ahead and mix that up. To this, we need to add in 1/3 cup of cooking oil. I'm going to be using canola oil. And I'll go ahead and stir that in. And now we need to be adding in 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, which I have right here. And we also will be adding in 2 tablespoons of butter melted, and I'll put it in there and we'll mix it up. Now that that's all mixed up, we need to go ahead and push that aside. And now we are going to go ahead and take another bowl. And in this bowl, we are going to put 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. To our flour mixture, we will be adding in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Right here. And then we'll whisk that up. Now we'll be adding in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which I have right here. And now we will be adding in 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. I'm just using the Kroger brand. You can use any brand you'd like. And then we'll whisk that in as well. Next, we'll be adding in 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, which I have right here. And now we will add in 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. Now we're going to go ahead and mix our dry ingredients into our pear mixture here. Now that we have all the batter mixed up, we are going to go ahead and take our batter and put it into our greased 8 by 8 inch baking dish. Now that we have our batter in our pan, we are going to go ahead and put it in a 350 degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes or until a toothpick in the center comes out clean. Then the cake will be done. The pear cake is all done. It came out clean at about 36 minutes for me. Now, you can just serve it like this with nothing on top of it, but I'm actually going to serve mine with ice cream, and I'm going to make a homemade caramel sauce. So I'll get to doing that and show you how to make that. First thing we need a saucepan, and in it I have 1/3 cup of unsalted butter, and we are going to go ahead and melt this. Now that that butter is melted, we're going to go ahead and add in 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm using light brown sugar, and then we're going to mix it up. We will also be adding in 1/4 cup of evaporated milk, which I have some evaporated milk right here. And then we're going to go ahead and stir it in. We are going to go ahead and cook this over medium heat, and we want it to come to a boil. Try to stir occasionally so it doesn't stick to the bottom as we're waiting for it to boil. Now that it's boiling, we need to go ahead and boil it for 3 minutes. I'm not stirring constantly, but I am stirring frequently so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Now that it's been 3 minutes, we're going to go ahead and add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and take it off the burner. Then the caramel sauce will be done. Here's the caramel sauce. Now, I actually put mine in the refrigerator a little bit just to get it a little bit thicker. Otherwise, of course, after having it done, it was more runnier. And if you want it more runnier, you can always go ahead and microwave it. But I wanted mine a little bit thicker. It looks good. Here's the pear cake. I decided to top mine off with some vanilla ice cream and that homemade caramel sauce. I think that just adds a little touch. And as you can see inside there, we've got our pears. So let's go ahead and have a taste test. Well, the pear cake is all done. Let's go ahead and try it. It looks delicious. It is delicious. Now, you don't have to have it with the caramel sauce. I just think pear and caramel kind of goes together. It's perfect for this fall time. And you don't have to use ice cream either. Like I said, you could just eat it plain. If you think this is too much cake, you can go ahead and cut it into pieces, and I usually would wrap it up in aluminum foil and freeze it in the freezer for about 3 months, and then you can either thaw it in the refrigerator, or you can go ahead and microwave your pieces in the microwave and have it where it's more warm. I will leave a link down in the description where I found the recipe. Well, thank you for watching. This was Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead. I hope you have a good day.